Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. I'm in a good mood. Why? I have no idea. Maybe because we're all together. Anyway, so post-market wrap-up on this lovely April 20th, 2023. I want to start off with laughing. I shouldn't laugh, people, because it's pathetic, but let's just do this here. We're going to cover some economic news. I'm going to show you a chart that's going to blow your freaking mind. And as usual, we're going to talk about the freak show. So economic news from today, it doesn't stop. Existing home sales are down 22% year over year. This is the sharpest decline in over a decade, but we're doing great. Our economy is fine. Listen to what I'm about to tell you, all right? Sit down if you're not, and just focus on this. Every single leading economic indicator is pointing lower. So, I mean, is this a surprise to you? It's no surprise to me at all. This is where it's going. This is where the Fed wants it to go. They're killing the economy, crushing the consumer. But it's astonishing. Every single leading economic indicator, every one of them, is saying the economy is going to be worse off than it is now as we move forward here. On the back of that, crude oil did fall. We're under some pressure here with regard to crude. Look, we're already in a very deep recession here. How do we know we're in a deep recession? It's very, very simple here. In my view, you look at one thing. One, that is the rate at which cash is moving through an economy. Let's just think logically for a nanosecond here. Okay. If cash isn't moving through an economy, okay, in other words, it's kind of standing still or moving lower, that should be a pretty big tell that things aren't too good. Here in the United States, for example, the money velocity or the rate at which is moving through the economy is near historic lows. Now, this issue of money velocity, this isn't just an issue here in the United States. Globally, cash moving through the global economy, in case no one has told you this before, is near historic lows. You understand? Before I move forward, and again, I got a lot of stuff I want to cover with you. Let me explain this to you in case you don't know. Central bankers laugh at us. They literally do. And they hide the truth in plain sight. Now, I'm going to show you a chart in a few seconds here that anybody can see. It's right on the Federal Reserve's own website. Have a look at this. This is the purchasing power of the dollar since 1913. You notice anything? 1913, where we are today. Now, if you look at this blue line, the slope is lower. The purchasing power of the dollar is systematically being erased. Now, as you gaze at this lovely chart and think about what it means for you, being that this here is actually on the Federal Reserve's own website, and any one of our loving, caring representatives can see this, and every member of every freaking mainstream propaganda ministry can see this, why do they never talk about this? The purchasing power of the dollar. Why is this never mentioned here? We hear a lot about inflation. Oh, yeah, Fed's raising rates. They're going to fix inflation. How about this? There's no end in sight here. You do realize this. Well, you also should realize, people, see, just remember that. I have explained and we have discussed right here for I don't know how many years, central banks collectively, how do I put this in another way? I always say the same thing and it kind of bothers me. I can't think of another way to put it. Central banks are literally, in my view, in a race to the bottom. They want to see which one of these things, okay, these entities can suck the purchasing power of its currency out faster. Now, on a relative strength basis, meaning just think about this for a moment here. On a relative strength basis, comparing the dollar, excuse me, got something in my eye here, to other currencies, the US dollar looks pretty good. So just looking at this should give you an example of what other currencies must be looking like too. All the same, okay? But this here is again is right in our face, hidden in plain sight. No one talks about it, and I want you to look at this for yourself. Go to the Federal Reserve's website and look up the purchasing power of the dollar. How does that look to you? All right. Meanwhile, you got the freak show talking about inflation and the Fed's going to get it under control. Really, let's put this into perspective. If the dollar is having its purchasing power erased, how is inflation going to get any better? It's going to get worse. Not only is it going to get worse, it's going to get monumentally worse. So I do want to hear from you on this. What do you think? I mean, really, what do you think about this? 1913, where we are today. This alone should tell you that we need to get rid of central banks. See, this is not supposed to happen here. And I'll tell you something else that this lovely chart demonstrates. Complete, absolute, and total irresponsibility of the Federal Reserve in this case here to effectively manage the dollar. Let me explain this to you in case you don't know. One of the Federal Reserve's mandates is to maintain price stability. If the dollar has had its purchasing power sucked out almost completely, okay, and soon to be completely gone here, how is this maintaining price stability if the dollar is getting decimated? That alone should be grounds for us to get rid of the Federal Reserve. But you see, our loving, caring politicians, they don't care about this. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. No. They want this to happen. They're all getting their. Do you think it's any accident here that all of our loving, caring politicians are all multimillionaires here or become multimillionaires once they get into office here? How do you think that happens? It's called the corporate agenda. Okay, they all have their own agenda, and all they care about is themselves. We have no representation here in the United States. So anyway, I hope this made an impact on you because I think this is pretty profound. As I said, economy cratering here, U.S. dollar falling off of a cliff. We're in a race to the bottom. With regard to this entire thing here, people. With regard to this market, let's talk about the market real quick. So this stock market took on a loss today, nothing major here, but I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm telling you this market is getting toppy, okay? I hate to call tops, I hate to call bottoms, and I'm not calling a top here or a temporary top or a whatever. But this market has gotten so stupid as of late with easy money pouring into this market, the reversal of quantitative tightening, now quantitative easing. The Fed's balance sheet is still $400 billion more than it was prior to the banking crisis, which is still here. Hey, Larry, thank you for that. Understand what's going on here? And then you got, of course, did you see how this played out too? It's kind of astonishing. Just earlier in this week, we were watching global bonds rise, bond market selling off. All of a sudden, we're getting a reversal here. Bonds are starting to get bought up again. Yields are coming down. Relative strength of the dollar actually came down today as well. Anyone surprised here? Cryptocurrencies today fell into pressure pretty good. Bitcoin on about 28,000. Gold put on a slight gain. Silver, unfortunately, suffered a slight loss. Although demand, again, people seem to, I was reading through the comments. I did not say, people, please listen to it when I say things, that the price of silver was at a record high. Not even close, okay? But demand for physical silver is at a record high, according to what they're letting us know about here, people. And this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody here. Physical silver has so many uses. And more going forward, I guarantee you that. There's just no doubt about it. So that's the place to be. Commodities are the place to be. I don't care what they do to the price action of even crude oil right now. Look, crude oil under pressure, in my view. Is it possible that crude could fall more from where it is? Absolutely, it is. People, but if you're like Greg Mannarino, and you're looking at the longer run here, and you realize that at one moment this is all going to get very real. Meltdown in the debt market is going to crush the stock market. Cash will move into commodities, and of course, I do believe cryptos as well. That's where you're positioning yourself. Okay, that's how I'm positioning myself for the eventual time when this gets real. Again, you have central banks who continue to inflate, and that is causing this. Okay, the effective dilution of the dollar in this case is erasing its purchasing power. It's erasing it. And you and I are feeling the side effect of this. Let me ask you, how many of you believe that one of our representatives has never even seen this, or maybe they have, or they don't care? What do you think about this? It's pretty profound in my view. Seriously. So anyway, that's the story today. What do you think? What do you think about it? Anything a surprise to you? Are you going to change anything here? No. What I will say is this: for my lions out here that are in this market and trading it here, we may have an opportunity here to short the S&P 500 relatively soon. So get some powder dry. Okay, I'm more than likely going to be posting my trades again in my newsletter link down here below, people. Okay. All right. Now, with that said, I think we are pretty much there. We know what we're doing. I'll answer a couple of questions here. How's Coco? Coco is fantastic. He's actually in the other room sleeping. I was just petting him right before this here. Tesla under pressure. Absolutely. Okay. This whole market is distorted. Why anyone would want to throw cash into, let's say, Tesla at this point, I think you need your head examined. There's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't want to be getting long Tesla right now. But that's maybe for a whole other video here. Yellenstein. Yeah, Yellenstein was out blabbing today. And she's ready to fund this war and fund everything else at our expense, of course. It's unbelievable, but it is. The freak show must go on. Is complete. Yes, Yellenstein needs to go to jail, but none of them will. Again, there's no accountability here, people. Zero. I want you to understand that. Anyway, I will be again live today at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I got an interview. I will post a link to that live interview in my free newsletter. So if you subscribe, check your email. You're going to get it right after this video. And that's pretty much it. All right, people, we are going to reconvene right here tomorrow morning. And we're going to make sense of the senseless. All right. Love you a lot. Thank all of you. Seriously, let's get some thumbs up going on here. People, I got 1,300 people watching. I only got 362 thumbs up. These thumbs up are really important. They really are. It makes the video available to people. Honestly, YouTube likes to see thumbs up. If they don't see them, they don't promote the video. So that's how you can help me get this out there, people. This is our thing. You want people to hear this stuff, then, get that thumbs up over here. If you don't, then it's up to you, people. But I rely on every single one of you to get this stuff out there. It's the truth. All right. Love you a lot. I will see you 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, just under couple hours from now. All right. And I'll definitely see you in the morning. I'm out of here.